How you feeling, Adriana?
I'm feeling great, Jack. How about you?
Feeling pretty good. Been a good day so far, so hopefully this will be a fun little break for everyone.
Oh yeah, it's a great Tuesday. Terrific Tuesday.
Yeah. Okay, again, if you want to join in on our activities, I recommend grabbing a piece of paper and anything to write with. We're going to have a couple activities at the end of our peek at home video. So we're probably going to start in another minute, but thank you everyone for joining us. Okay, are you ready to go, Adriana?
I'm ready.
Okay, I think it's a good time to start. I still see people coming in, but we'll start here. So, welcome to today's Peek at Home webinar. Peek at Home is a collection of webinars and lessons that you can do at home with little or no materials. Peek is an educational program provided through the Energy Coalition. The Energy Coalition, or TEC, pronounced tech, is a nonprofit organization with over 45 years of experience designing and implementing strategies that transform energy use and inspire people to take responsible energy actions.
My name is Adriana Sotelo, and I am with the Energy Coalition in the outreach and education field with tech. I'm located in Merced, the gateway to Yosemite.
My name is Jack, and I am with the Energy Coalition as well, and I am also in the education and outreach field. I'm located in the Inland Empire in Southern California.
And we are excited to show you this video of Christa doing what she loves, and we hope it encourages you to do the same. While watching the video, we would like you to take notes and think about what types of skills Christa needs in order to perform her job. Afterward, we'll do a small activity that will map out Christa's daily skill set. Back to you, Jack.
Before we watch our video of Christa, we want you to pay close attention to what she does and how she got to where she is today in the STEM world. Now, without further ado, here is our STEM hero, Dr. Christa Trexler.
Hi everyone, this is Anwen at the Energy Coalition. Thanks for tuning in today. I'm really excited to introduce this next installment of our My Energy Future webinar series, where STEM professionals tell you a little bit about what they do and how they got to where they're at now. Today, our speaker is Christa Trexler. Thank you for joining us, Christa.
Thanks for having me. My name's Christa, and I am actually I'm a doctor, but I'm not like the kind of doctor that you normally think of. I'm a scientist. So I work over at UCSD on the La Jolla campus, and I'm a biologist who studies the heart. And being a scientist is pretty awesome because you get to learn different things every day. You can get to ask a bunch of questions. So I do experiments all the time. I actually just finished one before coming here. And to get to where my job, like where I am now, I went to school just like all of you. And then after I was done with high school, I went to a 4-year university where I majored in biology. And then I went to graduate school after that, and that took about 6 years. But the thing that's nice about graduate school for most of the sciences is that they pay you to go to school. So they paid, I got a paycheck every week, and they also paid my health insurance and my tuition and all of those things. So it was like my job. It wasn't, so I didn't have to take out a bunch of loans, which was nice. And so scientists like me, so all the other scientists in my department, we are trying to figure out how to better treat people who have heart disease, which is kind of a big deal because a lot of people in America and around the world, they have problems with their heart. And there's lots of different kinds of heart diseases. So we're just trying to figure out the best way to make different kinds of medicines. So that's a little bit about me. I am from Phoenix, Arizona, so I didn't grow up too far from here. So I grew up right in the middle in Phoenix, and it's really hot there. I grew up with my mom. I don't have any siblings, but my best friend and I, we grew up together, so we've known each other for a really long time now. And so we're basically like sisters. Nobody in my family had gone to college before me. And so I didn't really have any other scientists or doctors in the family, but my family was super like supportive of me the whole time I went to school. And yeah, and so growing up in Arizona was really awesome. I actually went to my undergrad, so the first like college experience I had was in northern Arizona. It's like at the very like by the Grand Canyon. And so that was nice because it wasn't as hot there, and there was lots of mountains, and it was really pretty. Yeah, and so it was really fun growing up there, and it's nice to not be too far from there now. So when I was a kid, I really liked to play sports. I played a bunch of different sports, and I played a bunch of different musical instruments too. So I played the tuba and marching band, which was almost as tall as me. And I also really liked to read when I was young, and I read everything. I just read a bunch of different kinds of books, and I was really into Roald Dahl and all the Harry Potter books. And so that was kind of like, I always got like transported to like a different, kind of area. And it was always because I think I asked a lot of questions. So reading lots of different books helped. And then I still love all of these things. I don't really play the tuba anymore, but I do love all those things. I still love to read. I still love to play sports. But I do a lot of hiking. So when I went to graduate school, I went to a university in Colorado. So there's lots of mountains all over the place. And I like to travel. And I also like to spend time with my dog. Her name is Waffles. She's really cute. She's in this picture here by the mountains. So yeah, that's what I like to do. So I went to school I went to high school in Scottsdale, Arizona. And that was kind of like in the middle of Arizona, kind of like in the same place where I was showing you in the map earlier. And then I was really lucky because in high school I had this really awesome chemistry teacher. And I had never really been super interested in science before. I think I thought about maybe I'd be a doctor, but I think I was more interested because I asked a lot of questions. I thought maybe I'd be a lawyer when I was younger. And I think my mom probably thought so too because I argued a lot. But then when I went to high school, I started doing chemistry, and I had this really awesome teacher who was like, "Oh, you're good at this. Like you should, you should keep doing this." And that was kind of nice because I'd never really thought too much about science before. And so then when I went to get my undergraduate degree from Northern Arizona, which was in Flagstaff, Arizona, which was the school by the Grand Canyon I was talking about, then I was like, oh, I think maybe I'll be a medical doctor. And so I started working in a research laboratory, and I majored in biology. And it wasn't until I started doing research that I was like, oh, wait, no, I actually want to do research. I don't want to be a medical doctor. I want to go do science. And so then when I was done with that, I went to the University of Colorado in Boulder, which was in Colorado, to get my PhD. And so then I worked that's when I started studying the heart a bunch. And I had a really awesome boss and a great lab where I made a bunch of friends. And I got to do lots of really fun science in a really beautiful place. So yeah, so that happened. I finished that in 2017. And then I moved here to San Diego to start my job at UCSD. Yeah, so that's about where I went to school. And yeah, so I was a first generation college student. So I kind of mentioned that earlier, that I was the first person in my family to go to college, and I didn't have any other scientists or doctors in my family. And so I had to, in college, I had to learn how to be really independent, but also figure out how to navigate it. And but that was really helpful later on, because it's really good to be like that when you're in science too, to be able to work on your own and answer questions by your own and be really persistent. So I think being persistent and determined has kind of been the best attribute I've had throughout everything, because school's hard sometimes, but if you can work through it, you can get to the fun parts. And also if you find the people that can help you, that's also like the most important part too, because lots of different colleges, they have so many resources for you, but you just have to go find them. But once you find them, you can find like a really great support system. And I think, my main advice for when you're still, going through school and figuring out what you want to do is just be flexible for what your plans, like what you think you want to be. Because, like I said, when I was young, like I think I wanted to be a lawyer. Like I thought I'd be really good at that. And then I thought, oh, I think I want to be a medical doctor. But then my plans eventually changed when I like actually found out what I really liked to do. And that was totally fine. It's being open to trying different things, because you never know where those different things will take you. But also finding hobbies to like have a really nice work-life balance also is it's like really important when you are studying and working a lot. It's good to have like things that make you happy too. So that's why it's nice to have my dog. Like we go to the beach a lot. And so yeah, I think, nobody knows what they want to be when they grow up, when they're like 10 years old. Everybody figures it out. Like I still don't exactly know what I want to be when I grow up, but I get to be a scientist right now, and that's really awesome. So yeah, I think that's it.
All right, thank you so much for sharing your experience with us today. So now I have a few student questions that I'd like to share with you. Okay, so our first question is from Rancho Cordova Elementary School from Rancho Cordova, California. And their question is, why do you like your job?
Why do I like my job? So I like my job for a lot of different reasons. The main thing is kind of what I talked about earlier, where I get to learn something new each day. And it's not just like I learn something new, but like every day is different. And so that's really awesome. But also I get to answer questions. Like I can answer a question and then I like work to figure out a puzzle kind of to how to best answer that question. So I think that helps like keep my days, really interesting and exciting. And I'm also super invested in the projects because it's something that I'm really passionate about, right? So I'm really interested in figuring out how to, treat patients who have heart disease. And so it's a really important question. And then, so it's nice to work on something you're passionate about. And then it's also nice to have every day be a little bit different. It's never boring, which is nice.
That's great. Our second question is from La Mesa Dale Elementary School in La Mesa, California. And their question is, what has been your favorite project that you have done within your job?
So I think my favorite project was probably the project I was working on to get my PhD when I lived in Colorado. And it was focusing on understanding the differences in the heart between men and women. And this was particularly important because men and women, even though like there's a lot of similarities between us, there are a lot of differences, and that can lead to differences in the way that we need to be treated for certain diseases. But this hasn't really been like something that the medical field has focused on in the past. And so that leads to like not everybody being treated the same. And so I was focused on understanding those differences. And it was something that I was super excited about and really happy to be able to like contribute to. And I actually felt like my work mattered, which was really cool. So that was probably my favorite one.
That's great. So that's all for our student questions today. Christa, do you have any final thoughts that you would like to share?
I think, just staying in, try a bunch of different things in school. If you're good at something, keep doing it. Ask a lot of questions all the time. It's super important no matter what you're doing. And just have fun with your studies, but also have fun outside of school too. It's a good balance. So yeah, it's exciting.
Okay, so great. All right, so thank you so much, Christa, again, for taking time to share.
Wow. We hope you enjoyed listening to Christa and what she does and how she got there. Now, with the rest of our time, we're going to do an activity called skills mapping. Would you like to explain more, Jack?
Yeah, I would. So basically, we'll be using a skills map and connecting all the different skills that Christa has or uses in order to understand how she does her job. So first, let's get that piece of paper you have in front of you. Draw the image we have here with Christa's name in the middle of the cloud. So we're just going to draw the cloud right now with Christa Trexler. And then from the cloud, draw 3 branches, and the end of each branch, draw an oval. That's where we'll write technical skills.
After you do that, have 2 branches come off of those ovals and draw a diamond, or any shape you'd like. And this is where our workplace skills will go. On the other branch, put a hexagon on the end, and this is where our interpersonal skills will go. Once you're done with your skills map, let's talk about the different skills we'll be covering.
So the first type of skill we'll be covering is technical, which are skills that are abilities and knowledge needed to perform specific tasks. Working in energy and other STEM fields require a good understanding of scientific principles and concepts.
Yes, and after we cover Christa's technical skills, we'll be connecting the workplace skills, which are basic types that are easy to cross over to different jobs. Next will be interpersonal, with our behaviors a person uses to interact well with others in the workplace. We'll cover both types of skills further in our lesson.
So to start, let's go to our technical skills. As you can see, we have multiple skills that are listed here. But what we like to do is pick one skill that you think Christa commonly uses for her career as a biologist. And if we want, next slide, we can post it in the chat. So choose one of our technical skills here and post it in the chat. For myself, I feel like I have pretty good process thinking. How about for yourself, Adriana?
I think design direction. I feel that I'm really creative with projects that I come up with, and I think with Christa, she has the same.
Yeah, you definitely are.
Thank you.
I see design thinking. Yeah, that's a good one. Definitely.
Project management, definitely.
Yeah, for a complex system like the heart, there's a lot of things that are tied to it. Well, those are really great answers. Data analysis, I see that too. Awesome. Great. So awesome. These are really good answers. Main technical skills that Christa demonstrates for her job is definitely data visualization. Because as a scientist, Christa has to present her data to coworkers and other scientists in order to demonstrate what her research is doing. And then for her second main technical skill, she uses process thinking. Because when doing science in the lab, there will be many processes Christa will have to think about and do. So being able to break down these processes and come up with more efficient ways, that will really aid Christa in her research. And the last main technical skill Christa contains is design thinking, which Christa really demonstrates in her work. Remember how she talked about research kind of being like a puzzle and she's really helping solve this puzzle? Well, design thinking is a great skill to creatively solve problems and puzzles in any workplace.
Thanks, Jack. So for our next step of skills, these will be our workplace skills, which, as we mentioned, are the basic skills a person like Christa must have to succeed in any workplace. These are core attitudes and knowledge that will help coworkers get along. So we will be doing the same here with our workplace skills. Choose a skill you think Christa demonstrates and post it in the chat for us to see.
Which skill do you think you demonstrate, Adriana?
I'm very much attention to detail. I like to have it good, ready, and ready to go.
Yeah, I feel like I'm pretty good at creativity.
You are?
I'm pretty creative.
I've seen that.
I think definitely data collection is one that I've had experience with. You've seen time management, that definitely is a good one to have. when dealing with research. Gotta have timely research papers.
Mm-hmm. Super. I see some great replies. So the main workplace skill that Christa uses for her job are data collection / analysis, able to analyze and tell your research, strategic planning, proving all collected data to present, and 3, scope management, being focused on all her tasks.
Awesome. So for our set of skills, we'll be covering interpersonal skills. And interpersonal skills are behaviors a person uses to interact well with others. These skills include communication, manners, and listening skills. Now we're going to do the same thing and choose an interpersonal skill you think Christa demonstrates and post it in the chat for us to see. I think you definitely have a lot of positivity, Adriana.
Thanks. I think you have a great passion and enthusiasm with what you do too, Jack.
Oh,
thank you. You're welcome.
I know you have a passion for puns and whatnot too.
I do. Yes, I do. I'm very punny.
Oh, learning agility, that is a good one to have, especially as Christa was talking about working in day-to-days that aren't the same. It's really good to be able to be quick on your feet and learn a lot of different skills.
Yes, I agree.
I see enthusiasm. Definitely enthusiasm is a good one to have. As you saw, Christa was very enthusiastic about what she does, and that's good to have in a job.
It's very contagious. I would love to work with her someday.
Now I want to know more about the heart. I've never thought about it that much before. Awesome. Thank you for your replies. So the main interpersonal skills that Christa demonstrates for her job are passion and enthusiasm, which is a skill that Christa clearly demonstrates. As she mentioned before, she was passionate and enthusiastic about her science, so it allows her to invest herself fully in her projects. And then her next skill is a learning agility. Since Christa is always learning new subjects and her days can always be different, having quick learning agility helps a lot throughout her job. And then last skill she has is a strong work ethic. The skill ties well with design thinking and scope management, so she can really hone into what's important in a project and not get off task.
We hope that this look into Christa's skills has been a helpful guide to you to understand how STEM professionals do their jobs and what type of skills they need to do them well. For our last activity, we have something called What's in Your Heart. So if you are taking notes with your paper, flip over your sheet and give us 4 examples of what's in your heart that you would like to share in your daily life. Once you're done with that, we want to see them. Tag us on our Facebook and our Instagram at 1 Million Energy Actions, and energy is everything. Of course, get parent consent.
We also have some fun heart facts here as well. Your heart will beat about 115,000 times each day. Oh my gosh, that is quite a bit.
Yeah, do the math on that one.
Oh, in a week, that's almost like more than 3/4 of a million. That is a lot.
That is a lot, yeah.
Wow. I think my number one skill, I would say, is probably my enthusiasm. I'm always enthusiastic about whatever I do.
Yeah, you are. I think it shows on your work and how you just talk to people. You know, you get so passionate about everything, and I think that's super cool.
Thank you, Adriana.
You're welcome.
I know your number one skill is definitely creativity.
Thanks.
Well, we hope to see all your creations, and we hope to see your what's in your heart. And thank you all for joining us on this Peak at Home webinar. And join us again this upcoming Thursday, April 16th from 1 to 2 p.m., where our fellow Peak educators will be doing a lesson run-through of energy harvest, one of our Peak at Home lessons. We'll learn all about renewable and non-renewable energies and how they're used in your own home. So thank you, everyone, and have a great, energized day.
Have a great hearty day.
Hearty day, yeah. We got to get that pun in, too.
Yeah, gotta get the pun in there.
Awesome. Thank you everyone for joining and have a great day.
Bye, everybody. This webinar was brought to you by the Energy Coalition. With NGSS-aligned and environmentally focused STEM lessons, the Energy Coalition provides Peak at Home, digital lessons designed to support your students' curiosity for science and exploration from the comfort of home. To sign up is quick and easy. Simply visit the Families Corner of the Peak website at peakstudents.org/families-corner. There, you can complete the registration form for access to our full Peak at Home library and for more information on all Peak program offerings.